Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video, and today I will take a look at why isekai and anime in general seems to get weirder and weirder over these last couple of years. But before we're going to take a closer look at all of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel and say my thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's dive into the topic at hand. Isekai, aka another world, or what if Drakan kissed me with full force, is one of the most popular anime subgenres out there, simply because there are so many isekai anime that appeal to so many different people, while offering an enticing fantasy like buying a home, or marrying the love of your life while you're still in your teenage years, and other such outlandish dreams. We of course have the old classics like Monster Rancher, Inuyasha and Digimon, the genre-defining giants like Sword Art Online and Mushoku Tensei, and then Overlord, Konosuba, Slime, Shield Hero, and now isekai and anime gets weirder and weirder. While isekai had historically followed a somewhat similar story, with minor variations, such as the protagonist being overpowered and having a relatively comfortable life, Subaru, it mainly distinguishes itself through aspects like perspective, gimmicks, or the story and world quality, rather than introducing groundbreaking new elements. And you know what they are saying, never change a running system, so why change something that works and provides the audience with what it actually wants to see? Escapism in a story, sometimes more believable, sometimes less well thought out and a bit wacky? Of course, series like Mushoku Tensei, Overlord or Re:Zero also delve into more serious themes, and especially Overlord seemingly has taken Wikipedia's question and bidding as a challenge, but they all maintain an internal seriousness. However, lately anime stories in general and isekai stories in particular have become increasingly bizarre and absurd. By this I don't mean that people can't understand that illustrations and depiction of things do not imply endorsement, as in the case when Rudeus did something controversial or inappropriate again, or when the reason why goblins are hunted down by the Goblin Slayer is actually shown and described. Instead I mean that the premise of the anime is more or less designed for scandal, shock and WTF reactions. Reincarnated in another world as a vending machine is such an example. Reborn as a dog, a pig, an underwear model or a woman's underwear are also great examples. And yes, the majority of the titles I have just listed do actually exist. Guess which of them? Now the reason for all of this is quite simple. Attention. The more controversial the premise, the more absurd everything appears, the more people talk about it, especially on the internet. And when people on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit or YouTube tear things apart, it gets people talking. The art of it is to create weird and bizarre things and not something that people will downright hate or abhor the series for. Again, all of this is done to get attention, to stand out of the mess, because there are more and more anime per season being released, more and more isekai per season being produced, and more stories about reincarnation into this or that thing than ever before. So you need to somehow stand out from the crowd and grab their attention. And if, for example, Giguk and other talk about controversial or rather bizarre anime and its outlandish premise, and it gets a lot of clicks, everyone wins. The YouTubers have their video, people who want to complain can complain on Reddit, Twitter or in the YouTube comment section, and the anime becomes very well known. And might even gain a few fans and turn a profit. So everybody wins. Except of course the people who get baited and then spend hours of their free time arguing on the internet. Okay, now you heard the explanation for why there are now so many stories about very wacky and bizarre reincarnations into various things and objects. And now it's your turn. Share your thoughts on the topic in the comment section and argue on the internet.